Hello, everyone. I wanted to come in and connect today because today is the day in the Tapping World Summit where my talk is live. It's live free for the day if you register for the summit. And every year when my day is going on, I go in and answer any questions that are coming up and look at the comments. And it's always really incredible to see the responses that people have to the session. So this is a session I did with Jessica Ortner and specifically spoke about how to connect with what's going on behind a chronic illness, behind symptoms, or behind like a chronic situation or condition that just doesn't seem to be resolving. How do you actually receive it instead of rejecting it, trying to fix it, trying to overcome it, trying to make it different? And that this is what I've seen as a physician is what allows the most healing. And I have literally seen like every major chronic illness, no matter how stuck, no matter how much density, no matter how powerless that person felt, have a resolution with using this approach to embrace it instead of rejecting it. Especially with illness, we're taught to make it wrong. Whether you're chronically ill or you even have an acute illness, you're like, what did I do wrong? Let me look for the thing. Did I eat the wrong thing? Did I go to the wrong place? Like, it's insane how we make it wrong, when if we'd actually receive what's right about this I'm not getting, we can let it resolve, sometimes really, really quickly. And this is what we've done in the tapping session that I did with Jessica that's airing today, is how do you look underneath the symptoms to know what's the gift here? What am I here to receive? What's the message my body is trying to tell me? That if I could let it in, it wouldn't need to scream so loudly. I wouldn't need to live in pain. I wouldn't need to be bombarded by fatigue. And this could, in fact, resolve. So I wanted to share some of the comments that came in today because they were really, really powerful. And you can listen to the talk. If you register for the Tapping World Summit, it's free. Go into my bio and you just go, it's the first link that's in my bio link, or you go to bit.ly, the bit.ly, bit.ly/Tapping Summit 2021. And this is where it is. So John Smith said, he said, I am amazed. For the past several months, I've suffered with debilitating pain, physical and mental. My ability to walk has deteriorated to the point where I'm hunched over and using a walker. I'm only 52. I have no diagnosis of any kind, though an MRI has revealed an abnormality of the spine. I've been to countless specialists, appointments, therapists, treatments, and this is like pretty universal with the people I work with. They've just been like for decades to so many doctors and treatments and whatever you want to call it. I've been prescribed too many medications to count. I pray, I meditate, I eat reasonably well, I stay hydrated, I seek help, and through my support system, no one really understands this. The wheels are in motion, but I feel stationary. I've reached some indescribable low points. This is kind of another universal with the people who found the work I'm doing, is that they're like, I'm ready to open. I'm ready to surrender everything I think is happening here. I'm ready to allow in something new. But it's like we meet these real densities when we're in that much resistance and we don't know how to let it resolve. It's pretty intense. I haven't wanted to be in my mind or be in my body. Many times it's terrifying and lonely. I've been in such distress. Today, Kim and Jessica's conversation made me do a 180. Well, it's no big thing in the world of skateboarding. In the shifting of perspective, this is monumental. Accepting myself as I am was something I just couldn't get my head around. Accept myself like this, all caps, no effing way. I've been crying and moaning and woe is meing for so long, so loudly, I couldn't hear any inner wisdom. It's there and it gets a capital W. It's time to be still and tap and listen to what it finally has to say. Thank you for letting me finally see this. And this was one of, the most powerful, like when people have that much of an opening from this like massive pit of despair to, oh my God, I never realized what I was holding on to that wouldn't let me see this, wouldn't let me receive this. That's when the most profound healing happens. So much opening happens. So I want to first say, if any of you guys have been in there, in the Tapping Summit, way to go for opening to something new. Someone asked me, how do you convince somebody to try this? And I was like, I don't. The people I work with already get that, like, whoa, I'm ready to open to something else that maybe I don't understand. And yeah, there is more than enough research, evidence-based studies, and clinical evidence to validate EFT tapping like a million times over and make it part of our conventional model of mainstream. That's not the reason. This is not a mainstream medical approach for most doctors. Most doctors still don't know about tapping, although more and more are definitely learning and definitely finding out. It's not because it isn't very firmly grounded in research and studies and evidence. It's because it lies outside the model of the current convention, which is I'm broken, fix me, which is, there's an illness, I need a pharmaceutical. So it is not because it's not very well grounded. And but I do want to say, though, it still takes some courage to look outside the box of what we may have been told are the only possibilities and begin to explore something else. And it's always from the calling within ourself of what's possibly beyond this that I maybe don't understand, what's possible than what I've been told is possible, or what might be the invitation from this experience to move into something much higher. I know for me, when I was diagnosed with a severe autoimmune disease, I was living in severe chronic pain. I didn't know how to see it as a gift, but it was a massive gift to go beyond the approach I was in life to improve and be better and overcome and achieve and keep going and push hard. And life was like, okay, that is not what we have in store for you. There's something so much more. Just surrender and let it in. And that was what my illness was inviting me to. So if you haven't already subscribed and registered for the Tapping World Summit, it's at bit.ly/Tapping Summit 2021, or just go in my bio and the link is right there. My talk is airing today, and I was just really enthusiastic to come in today to let you know, because these are some of the other comments that have been coming through. Teresa DeSimone wrote, "Oh, wow," all caps, "what an incredible session. Thank you for all you've shared, and not only hosting the call, sharing this, but also for being amazing at what you're doing. I got so many insights, and shortly after I started tapping along, the tears just poured down my cheeks." So tears, yawning, it's all energy moving, really deep energy moving. So just that may be part of what happens with tapping. I felt an incredible headache come forth from the crying, but it was just this intensity due to the buildup of the inner stress. My chronic neck pain was between a 7 and 8 and went down to a 5. The next session, I also cried, and the pain went down to a 4. Still some work to do. I've had this pain for 30 years, but it's no wonder. My insights are as follows. This was really profound. 1, that we will never succeed in long-term healing if we're trying to make something go away. Instead, we must nurture ourselves, namely our emotional and physical body, and then the body can automatically heal itself. Big aha moment. Thank you so much, Dr. Kim. 2, just sitting and breathing into your body, the parts that hurt or don't hurt, is part of this nurturing. And the body will bring you into the present moment, which is the only moment where we can truly experience. 3, how important it is to just start from where you are and not from where you want to be. So these are the take home points she had from the my session that's airing now in the Tapping World Summit. And this was another thing a lot of people commented on, is how much they've learned to resist the now, to get out of it, to medicate it, to therapize it, to escape it, to improve it and make it better. And they're like, I never realized that this is where all the power really resides. Anyway, she went on for several other really beautiful points of what she got out of this session. So I just wanted to share some of that with you. It's a really, really powerful talk and whole summit that I've been very enthusiastic about, obviously, for many years. I did do an awesome Mind Body TV session yesterday that is airing on my YouTube or in the Mind Body community in Facebook, if you want to view that, where we did a lot more tapping. We went into this, and especially like the one area where I see people sort of like get off course with using tapping. And this was mentioned in one of the comments I shared, where they're using tapping to fix the problem. Now, of course, like that's the point. That's why I'm a physician, to help people heal and be vibrant and be more whole and live in joy. But if our focus is face my problem, make my pain go away, our energy is actually going into the escape instead of the emergence. Totally different energy. So if we instead tap to nurture ourselves fully, tap to connect more fully with our body and our experience instead of less, this is exactly what lets everything resolve and dissolve. So that was kind of the take home point from what we did yesterday. If you want to listen to that session that we did, it was really amazing. In fact, the last 4 weeks of our Mind Body TV episodes were all centered around tapping. We did some really powerful tapping. The themes were abundance and manifestation, health and healing. They're all in my YouTube channel or in the Mind Body community in Facebook. So that's a great place to start if you're like new to tapping. Definitely register for the summit, because I know this is changing so many people's lives, especially because the way Nick and Jessica have created this summit each year, like there's something for everyone, and it's something pretty much everyone can hear, meaning it's not so airy-fairy that it's like only for people who are in a really expansive consciousness, and it's not too like down to earth that you're like, yeah, already been there, I don't need this. It's kind of just from a really, really beautiful heart space, and something that is grounded in a lot of science, a lot of experience, a lot of clarity of how this works, that I think most everyone would be able to receive. So you can share the link. It's in my bio. If you swipe in the link tree, it's on the top, or go to bit.ly, that's the bit.ly link, bit.ly/Tapping Summit 2021. Sarah, I've followed your videos and find you really inspiring and great for my mindset. But tapping doesn't relieve the physical neck pain. Yeah, I had that experience for a long time because I had like 20 years. And I found when I have tapped, either like when it's up or just in general, I'll get to a lot of layers that I'm holding in my body. And for me, it's not about, when's the pain going to go away? When's the pain going to go away? It's about, what is it bringing up for me that I'm holding, that I'm not seeing, where I feel powerless, where I feel, I just got to get on to the next thing, where I feel, what you'll find for yourself, like what does it bring up for you? So tap at what is, it's not the physical pain that will bring you there for sure. And in fact, if people purchase the summit where you get it for your library and you can listen anytime, which I would definitely recommend. It is an excellent, just to support what Jess and Nick are doing. Nick and Jessica are doing alone, but to have what the speakers are sharing is really, really valuable. There's a bonus that's in there where I shared, like, how do you know what to tap on and how do you get underneath what's going on? So there's clarity, of energetically, emotionally, or thoughts and beliefs, or like lineage patterns, who even knows what's going on, but you can actually access that through what you're feeling physically. So, I shared yesterday in the live, there's always 3 situations. Like when you're tapping or doing any of the mind body work like I'm doing, you feel completely better. Wow, I went from like a 9 severity to a 3. You feel lighter. Or B, things intensify, in which case, like, move through that. You are making space for things to come out. Don't make it wrong. It's all the things that have been like stuffed under the rug emerging. Or 3, nope, I didn't feel anything at all. And that is 100% of the time, because I'm focusing into a dimension where it's not where the shift is happening. Meaning, maybe the shift that's happening is like an energetic lightness, or I've like released a big heavy load, but I'm only focusing on the physical. Now, the physical will always respond to this, period, end. But if we're not aware of where the opening is happening, we're like, nothing's happening. So the invitation is always soften your body more and connect back in with the courage and willingness to open to something that you don't already understand. Because it's really, really easy to continue to like, yeah, this doesn't work for me, and be in a conclusion rather than the curiosity of like, What else is possible here I may not have explored? What else is possible here I may not have let in? Then we start to open into a whole new realm where we can really receive a lot more. So that's kind of universally what I've seen. Most people will feel a lot lighter. I'd say, well, they'll feel either lighter or heavier initially. And then, when I did the practices like we did yesterday, we do more rounds and it opens up a lot more, and they will ultimately feel a whole lot more lightness and sometimes resolution of pain right away, resolution of depression, resolution of anxiety, panic. It's really, really profound, especially the way I've developed my practice around tapping. Like what I shared in the summit today, to embrace what is, to nurture your body rather than to escape what's going on, to fix a problem, to get beyond this thing. So here's where I am, and here's where I want to be. So what do? We reject this and we try to get to this. But that only creates more disconnection. And what I've seen with everybody who's dealing with chronic illness that's not getting better, chronic pain that's not getting better, it's universal that this is what's creating that block. So it might be counterintuitive, what? I don't want to enter into the problem. I don't want to soften to this. But whether it's a circumstance of, for me, I started realizing in the last few weeks, I'm really overwhelmed and tired. What am I doing? Do I need to change maybe how much I'm working? Do I need to change how I'm arranging the kids? Do I need to change different communication with my husband and how we're managing the whole picture? And the big thing I saw was to open to more resource. It's not about doing less, because I felt no, that's not it. I love what I'm doing. I actually want to protect that time and keep that, or maybe even have more, that I have that time to do my work or engage in what I'm doing. So I just kind of felt into my body for the clarity of what is it that I'm asking for more of. And it was definitely more receiving. So more support, resource, taking time for myself, letting others support me. We found an awesome chef who's cooking our meals every week, and they're amazing. We found an amazing nanny, which I would never have done because I'm they're both in school. What am I knew I kind of wanted more assistance, but I'm no, that won't make sense. But as I listened, right? So you may just feel I'm overwhelmed, and then the mind has all the ideas about what you're supposed to do to fix it. I actually surrendered into this, and not only had all the awareness of what I could welcome in, but boom, amazing, awesome nanny available. Here we go. Let's start tomorrow. Boom, the person is cooking our food, super easy. I'll deliver it to your house. It's happened for me, and I'm willing to receive it. And it just opened up a lot more of me being in wholeness. So whether it's hey, I'm here, I want to be here, around your health, around your money, around your relationships, whatever, you have to enter into this, the now, what is, in order to allow something else to emerge. Because you can't actually get there from here. You can only be where you are more fully and more willingly. So that's why I have developed my use of tapping to enter the now more fully, to connect with myself more fully. And hey, pain is a great way to get our attention for where life is actually inviting us into something more. So you can go and register for the Tapping Summit. It's airing until 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. I wanted to share, I had a couple of the other comments that people had. I've been living with severe chronic illness for the past 5 years. This was Miranda. And I've been driving myself crazy, trying all sorts of things to find a way, quote, out. Oh. The session was just the most massive light bulb moment for me in realizing that it's not about trying to fix yourself, but to nurture and allow the process and see where it leads you, even if that's somewhere completely unexpected. I really realized that I need to embrace not knowing, not having a plan, allowing myself to move into uncharted territory. This felt like a breakthrough. Thank you. So that's the invitation, really, is will you step into the uncharted territory of the unknown, where you're not in control, where we receive everything. Healing, vitality, joy, abundance, wealth, love, flow, ease, synchronicities, letting things come effortlessly. This is not too much to ask from life. This is our birthright. It's our natural state. It's where we're meant to be living from. So welcome, and I would love to share this with you. So you can tune in today. If you're not already registered, it's at bit.ly/tapping summit 2021. So it's bit.ly/tapping summit 2021, or just go to my bio and it's in there. So thank you for being here today. Lots of love to you. I'm at drkimd.com if you'd like to tune in more to what I'm doing. I'm here live in the Mind Body community in Facebook and in my YouTube channel every Wednesday for Mind Body TV at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And I look forward to seeing you soon. If you have any questions or comments, we will make sure to tune in and assist you in every way we can. Lots of love. Bye.